to another wonderful, exciting episode of Ready, Set, Estate Sale. We have with us a wonderful lady, just a sweetheart, and we're so happy to have her with us. It's Meilssa Wheeler. She is one of the owners of Heirloom Treasures Estate Sales. Welcome, Meilssa.
Welcome,
Welcome. Thank
Meilssa.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having
Welcome.
me.
Anything new going on in your world?
There's always something new going on. I've been doing walkthroughs all day today, getting ready for new sales. So we're just getting ready to kick this year off with a bang.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm just like listening, taking it in. Is what got you and Cassandra started doing estate sales?
Well, we have always been antique junkers. We were raised in a home full of collectibles. Our parents had us going to antique malls and auctions when we were teeny. I was the dumpster diver. I was little, so Daddy would throw me in the dumpster to get the stuff out. But we've always just had a true love for anything historical and collectible. And so that, it was one of those things. She had an empty nest, and I was heading towards the empty nest point and decided we wanted to do something. And this just fit. We both have had antique booths for years and have sold online for years. And so this just seemed like a nice segue, and it was a need in our community.
That's wonderful. So how many years have you and your sister been doing estate sales?
Officially
so wonderful.
being paid for them about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. We were doing a lot of things for family and friends and decided it was time to make some money doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's too hard to work not to get paid for it, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely is. People don't realize how much is involved in doing an actual estate sale. They believe it's just go in and stick prices on something and let it roll. But
yes, there's the assumption when they walk into the house on sale day that it's just been sitting here set like that, and we just walked in to make it happen. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if you know it or not, but Daryl and I, we used to have the East Tennessee Estate Liquidators estate sale.
That's what Tammy told me. Yes.
Yeah. So we're pretty familiar with all the estate sale stuff, and
I'm sure.
We were so excited about what all you had in your sale.
Well, this is actually a small one compared to what we usually do, but it's just full of really great stuff.
Yes, that's what caught our eye. We looked at yours and all the ones up here in the Tri-Cities.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It kept jumping out at us.
Right. Yeah. We went through them all last night, and I said, we've got to get Meilssa on here because she's got some fabulous quilts and things that we need to just talk about and get out there and show the world what she's got so they can come to Morristown and shop this week.
Yes, find our little town.
Find your little town, yeah. So this is a small sale?
It is. The house is just a little 1,000 square foot house. But again, it's packed with some really beautiful china, the quilts, some really nice things.
Yeah. Yeah, we went through, we grabbed some pictures off of your pictures you posted through Tammy's website. So we'll show some of them here. This is one thing that really caught our eye is this pom-pom tree. Yeah. So how tall is that thing? 4.5 feet?
It is just a 4 foot. Yeah. So perfect tabletop height. Yes.
Okay. Those are very desirable. And looks like the pom-poms are in really good shape on that one.
Yeah.
Lots of times you find them when the pom-poms are just all crushed down.
Yeah. That one was still in its papers in the original box in great shape.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of
I was going to say that's a very vintage Christmas tree.
Would have loved to have found the color wheel.
Those were real popular back in the 50s and 60s.
I love it.
Yes.
That's very.
Yeah. The color wheels are real desirable if you have them to go with those. I think someone said the other day the color wheels are selling like for $75 to $80 a piece now for the color wheels.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
They're very expensive. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So some other things you got here. Let's see. This is a nice little quilt, a little 4 square. Yes, some people could call it a bow tie. So are these hand quilted or are they machine stitched, or do you have any idea?
They are all hand quilted. Yes, every one of them. No machine quilts that we could tell. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. It's really good. And this one was very nice. Yeah. So what do you look for when you go through pricing your quilts? Do you go by the stitch count or do you go by the hand quilting of them, or how?
I look at the hand quilting, the popularity of the pattern, and the quality of the stitch work. You know, if you can find the smaller the stitches, the better quality, you know that was a true artisan that quilted that piece. But I was told these were done by the woman that lived in the home and her mother. So she was in her 80s. So you can, you know, you're looking at, you know, turn of the century, early part of the century,
right,
that these were all made.
30s.
A few of them newer, but most of them are all older.
You can tell that by the type of materials used in them and the colors and things.
Yes.
This one here, this
Yes,
is a very
absolutely.
popular pattern here, the Dutch doll.
Yes.
It's a very popular one. A lot of people have done that. Now I have one that has got both the boy and the girl both on each square, facing each other. The Dutch boy and Dutch girl.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very rare to have one like that.
Yeah.
So, and then this here, is this the Ohio Star or is this the Northern Star? What is this? You have any idea?
I think that's the Northern Star.
Northern Star, yeah. Yeah, it's very nice. And you can tell by the fabric they use there is very 30s and 40s material.
Yeah. I love them, but I know nothing about
Those
them.
are
So
all
I'm just taking them in, and they are.
They're beautiful.
So do quilts typically sell well in your area that you're located in?
We have a huge quilt following. I would pretty much estimate that these will all be off the shelf within the first 15 minutes of the sale Friday morning.
Wow,
so if they want them, they need to get here early because they will be gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely keep that in mind.
This is one of my favorites you have there. I like this one.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a very nice quilt.
And they, you know, there may have been some stains that we've overlooked, but I did not find, you know, there are a couple that you could qualify as cutter quilts, but for the most part, these are in impeccable condition.
Oh, I don't like that word, cutter quilts.
I know.
It kind of tugs on my heart because someone's put their heart and soul into making these, and they're true forms of art in their self, the way they arrange them, and then you just throw them out as cutter quilts, and it's like tearing somebody's heart out. And so I just don't like that word.
But I'd rather them be repurposed into something else beautiful than to be destroyed completely. So
true.
Oh yes.
True.
Yeah, up here in our area, we got a lady that makes purses, and she makes all kinds of really neat things out of them. Well, I've even seen a skirt being made out of them.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This here's a nice quilt. This little what is it? Flower garden or grandma's flower garden?
Yeah.
Call that one. Yeah. And this one here's one of my favorites also.
Yes, that seems to be the most popular one that's been put out on Facebook.
Yes. That'll go very fast. And if I was there, I'd be fighting over it.
Yeah.
we're in Florida, so if I was there, I'd be yourself fighting over this quilt. That one and this one. This one here's another favorite of mine. I like that one.
Well, and they did a beautiful job with the combination of colors and patterns. They're really, really done well.
So how old was this woman? Do you have any idea?
In her 80s. I'm not certain exact, but in her 80s, yes. Her husband was a Korean War veteran, so we have a few implements from that time period as well.
Right. So, and I think you got another flower garden here coming up. And then the last one I actually grabbed off your site was this one here. This looks like a miniature Lone Star, I guess you would call it. It's a very nice quilt. So the quilt is enough by itself to bring someone to your cell.
Most definitely.
Anything else you want to tell us wonderful about your cell that you got there that we
my goodness.
Pictures of? I
have 2 beautiful bedroom suits, gorgeous antique buffet and china cabinet. There's a little bit of something from everyone.
So your sister's out of town. When will she be back? Is she be back in time for the sale?
No, she lives in South Georgia, so she comes up when we have a really, really big one. About once every couple of months, she comes up to help out. But she handles all of the marketing as far as running the website and all that good stuff. So I don't have to deal with that.
Okay. I was under the assumption that the both of you ran the sales each week together, but I guess you do it all by yourself.
No. Yeah. Well, our original intention was to hopefully have one unit here and have another one in Georgia, and that just hasn't worked out. We're spread a little too thin as it is, but maybe sometime in the future.
So where's she located in Georgia?
Albany.
Okay.
Albany.
Yes.
These
podcasts go all over the country, so maybe this will bring her some attention in Albany.
There you go. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, so maybe you can give a little blurb out for her in Albany to get her started there and get it going.
Absolutely.
So, Melissa, down in Morristown, do you have a lot of? Is there a lot of estate sale companies that operate there in that area?
So that
I am
sort
the
of
only company that is located actually within Morristown. There are 2 auction companies, but I'm the only one that does actual on-site tag sales in the Morristown community.
I had bought something. Is there a Hearst auction in that area?
There is, yes.
Okay, I have bought from him a few times.
Yes.
Wow. So if they need a good tag sale done, they need to call you.
That's it. Yes.
True.
Great.
We try to bounce off each other.
Right.
So tell me, what is one of the worst things that's ever happened to you at your sales? Anything exciting? Or?
Uh-oh.
Well, we always have
no names mentioned here.
Yeah. We always have the little 4-legged rodents that show up every once in a while. But,
oh my.
Yeah. But other than the typical septic problems, and our customers are great. We honestly have not had any issues with that. We have the most faithful followers I could ever ask for. Really, that have become friends, and it's just that experience has been really, really good. We kind of forget the bad, honestly.
Well, true, you do, but there was always a bad situation. Like we had one time where a lady jerked the bed rail down on top of her head and sent her to the ER.
Oh no!
So it does happen. There's all sorts of
catastrophes like that. The worst things have actually happened to us. Cassandra did fall a year ago, totally just tripped over something in a house and broke her wrist. And last May, I was cleaning out a closet and got hit in the face and ended up with a really big black eye. No. We haven't damaged anyone else, though. There are certain things that I always like to look for. Every one of my team members has their certain little thing that is their niche, but you just learn to look at everything as having value until you can find out otherwise.
That's true. We always tell our clients, don't throw anything away. Let us do the throwing away.
Absolutely. We found some of the best stuff in the junk piles.
Exactly. And they have no idea and they just throw it out. The majority of your money comes from small items rather than larger items anyway. So
most definitely. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they'll throw away most valuable items. Would you travel out into other areas for?
No, we do. We've gone as far as Jonesboro, which is about an hour and a half away from us, to the west, or east. Sorry, get my directions straight. Right. And we do Knoxville, Tazewell, Harriman, Harrogate. Well, I'll go just about anywhere. Yeah.
Well, great.
I'm going to look at a house in Sevierville tomorrow. So yeah, I'll have treasures will travel.
Wow.
That's great.
What would be a reason that you would turn down a sale?
Honestly, the only sales I've had to turn down have been simply because of scheduling conflicts. But we've done things, even what I would consider, there's not enough stuff in the house. We've tried to go ahead and help the family out and take care of things. So far, I haven't had an instance of needing to turn something down, other than, like I said, just having scheduling issues, because we feel like this is honestly part of a ministry to families, and we try to take on whatever we can.
That's nice.
Yeah, that is great. That's great. So when you do your sales, I know you speak of your customer base down there being a very tight-knit, good customer base in that area. Do you have a situation where you actually caught people stealing
I have not caught stealing specifically. I have caught switching of tags that I've known people were being deceptive.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But so far we have not had any issues with theft that we've been noticeably aware of.
How do you handle that when you find someone switching tags?
It's a tough one, honestly.
It is tough. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's, not always such a specific dollar amount that is enough to worry about. But I have called a person out and let them know that they're, we're aware of the situation and they really don't need to be shopping with us anymore. It's an awkward type of thing to deal with. But
you sound like me, but I use the word banned. You're banned.
Well, yeah. Well, I was in retail management for about 15 years and owned another business of my own for 17. So I've unfortunately, we joke and say I have put people in jail and I don't mind to do it again if I need to. So
we haven't done that far yet now.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to.
Right. So down there in Morristown, do you all also do 50% off days?
We do. That is always the last sale. The last day of the sale is half price day. And I will tell people at the beginning that morning that the later they come in the day, the bigger the deals are going to be, because my goal is to empty the house out and get as much money for our client as we can. And I would rather it go in their pocket than the items go to the thrift store. So, and we have a lot of resellers that will come towards the end on the last day, and we make some great, bulk deals for them.
Sure.
Yeah. That's good that you have resellers or clean out people come, because the thrift stores are getting so hard and so picky about what they take anymore. It's really bad. So
well, and around here they're charging more than the antique stores are. So
that's true.
Not the best. Yeah, not the best shopping experience for resellers.
So what do you do with your leftovers at the end? Do y'all have a clean out company or?
We actually have a clean out company from Tazewell.
Great.
It's the Pickers Paradise Antique Mall. And they come in on Monday and will load up their trucks and vans and get everything out of the house. So our goal is to always have the house. We start on one Monday and our goal is to have it ready for the realtor to list for the family to take back possession of the following Monday.
Oh, that's good.
Great. It's good that you have that, because so many people up here don't have that and they struggle to get the right person that meets their goals and does a good job for them.
Yeah, we have been a blessing to each other, honestly. So it's been a perfect match.
That's great.
Have you ever had a client to refuse to sign a contract?
I have not. No.
Okay. How do you handle upset customers, Melissa?
With charm. I mean, I don't know exactly how to answer that other than I try to handle things very, very professionally. I haven't had an issue with someone who has left unhappy that I'm aware of. I mean, we've always managed to just handle the situation, as we've been approached with it.
Right. I was reading an article the other day where a person was talking about disgruntled customers. And one of the things they do is they look at them and say, "You look like you need a hug today."
There you
and
go.
It kind of shocks them so bad they just kind of forget what they're arguing about.
Yeah.
Or they look at them and say, "Can I hug you? You look like you need a hug."
Well, Melissa, I've got to ask you this, because this is something that we dealt with for almost 20 years in the industry. Well, how do you all handle guns in your area when you've got them? Or do you all refuse to sell guns? Or
to sell them. However, I do have a firearms dealer that I consult with. And we, of course, the laws in the state of Tennessee do not require a lot of things that other states do. So we are able to negotiate registration situations with a local gun dealer. But yes, I do have a firearms licensed firearms person that comes in and can inspect and help us price and decide on the situation at hand as to how we need to handle
Right.
specific guns.
So do you ever follow the state of Tennessee's guidelines and sell them yourself at your sale?
I have not, simply because
Okay.
I think the federal guidelines are a little too risky to play with, to be honest with you.
Right. Very well.
So, what are some hot items that are selling in your area right now?
We have hit the mid-century road.
Mhm.
We're always a little bit behind around here, but
Mhm.
mid-century has finally hit this area. Dark academia, that type of style with the what we call them ancestry portraits and old cameras, that kind of look, very librarian type of old library look. That's very popular.
And you call
we
that
do
what
a
again?
lot- It's called dark academia.
Dark
Yeah, so
academia.
think-
Don't think I've ever heard
Think
of that.
like
Never heard
looking
that.
at a library at Biltmore, that the older books, the dark paneling, that's
Uh-huh.
and
Never
of
heard
course
of
then
that
you
called.
still have
Mm-mm.
what they call the grand millennial, which is wanting your house to look like grandma's looked, but a little bit classier, anyway, so that's really popular. But we honestly are, because we pull from the Tri-Cities, we pull from Knoxville. We have people that come up from Asheville, Atlanta. We've had people shop with us from all over the area. And
Right.
so something that may not necessarily be as popular here in Morristown, I have people that come from other areas to shop.
Mhm. Right. And you're right. Mid-century
Same
modern
here.
is hotter than firecracker everywhere we go.
It is, yes.
It is. Yeah. Because everyone wants what their grandmother had.
Yes.
And that's the period they were living in. So, Victorian and all that is basically dead as a doornail, but mid-century modern is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So you have any calls for, what is it, Hollywood Regency?
A little bit, not a whole lot. It kind of depends on how glamorous and over the top it is. If it's a little
Mhm.
too glitzy and blingy, then no. But if it's just that very elegant touch of Hollywood Regency, then yeah, because it blends well with the mid-century modern.
It does blend real well.
Yeah, what's the hottest item selling for you at any of your sales?
As particular one item, I would say anything Pyrex and Corningware.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say Pyrex. I just knew it. Because you're too close to the Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's great stuff.
Okay.
Any more questions anybody wants to ask? I know Melissa's on a tight schedule here and she's got a lot to do today. We don't need to hold her up all day.
Well, let's let Melissa tell us anything and everything she wants to plug, how she would like to plug her company.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And get the word out there. The floor is yours.
Well, we are currently
Absolutely.
booking right now. We are down to starting in May and June because March and April are just about full. So please give us a call. You can follow us online on our website at Heirloom Treasures Estate Sales at Weebly.com and on Facebook. We also have an Instagram page. You can find us just about anywhere with a quick Google search. But like I said, we do travel within about an hour and a half radius of Morristown. I have a fabulous team that lives all around the area that's more than willing to go and take care of this. And as I said, we really do see what we do as a ministry for families. We love helping families. We love helping them through the grieving process, as we've done. We've been through that ourselves and understand all too well how difficult it is to handle that part of losing a parent or a family member and going through all of the day-to-day operations of clearing out a house. I have some fabulous real estate people that we work with in the area too, that we can just basically help fill any need as you're going through, the liquidation of a property.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what makes a good estate sale company, is being able to fill all those needs.
We do
And-
try.
But we thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank
Anybody else
you.
got any questions for Melissa?